In the heart of a kingdom cloaked in eternal winter, young Prince Elian rode alone. A desperate quest for a cure had led him astray, deep into a forest veiled in mist, a place whispered about in hushed tones, the forest of whispering wishes. Here, the ancient trees glowed with a soft, ethereal light, and the air shimmered with floating sparkles. As he ventured deeper, a strange sound reached his ears, not the rustling of leaves, but a chorus of faint, overlapping voices. He dismounted, pressing his ear to the shimmering bark of a silver birch. A voice, thin as a spider's thread, whispered, "I wish I could have said I love you one last time." From a gnarled oak, another sigh escaped. "If only I'd had the courage to follow my dreams." Elian realized these were not the whispers of the wind, but the forgotten wishes of his people, absorbed by the trees over centuries. They were echoes of longing, regret, and unspoken hopes. For days, Elian wandered, listening. He heard a child's wish for a lost puppy, a farmer's wish for a bountiful harvest, a lover's wish for a second chance. Each whisper was a small personal tragedy, a quiet moment of a life lived. He felt the weight of their collective sorrow, the pain of dreams deferred. His own quest, his grand purpose, began to feel small in comparison. He was so focused on saving his kingdom that he had forgotten about the people within it, about their individual hearts. The whispers grew denser, a cacophony of quiet desperation. "I wish someone would just listen. I wish I wasn't so alone." The words swirled around him, pulling him into a sea of empathy. He understood now. The kingdom wasn't just freezing from a magical curse. It was freezing from a lack of warmth, of connection, of shared dreams. The people had forgotten how to wish for each other, caring only for their own small desires. He stopped before the heart of the forest, a colossal ancient tree whose branches seemed to hold up the sky. Its light pulsed with a gentle, steady rhythm. He closed his eyes, ignoring the thousands of individual regrets, and listened for the one wish that bound them all together. It wasn't loud or demanding. It was a simple, foundational longing, hidden beneath all the others. A quiet, collective hum that simply said, "I wish we could be happy together." That was it, not a wish for riches or power or a magical cure, just a simple, profound desire for communal joy. Elian placed his hand on the great tree, and instead of making his own wish to end the winter, he whispered back the wish he had heard. "I wish for my people to find happiness, together." A wave of warm, golden light erupted from the tree, surging through the forest and sweeping out across the land. The whispers faded, not into silence, but into a single harmonious note of peace. Back in the castle, the frost on the window panes began to melt. The ice on the rivers cracked and flowed. Sunlight, warm and brilliant, pierced the clouds for the first time in years. Prince Elian returned not as a conqueror who had found a magical artifact, but as a leader who had learned to listen. He discovered that the greatest power wasn't in commanding the elements, but in understanding the hearts of his people. The kingdom was saved not by a grand heroic act, but by a single act of profound compassion. The truest wisdom, he now knew, was found not in speaking, but in listening.